Here we are. We are back. Season 4, episode 32. Took a week off.
Yeah, I forget. I had a bunch of shit I had to do last week.
You had to go get swole.
Yeah.
We had a case of the scoliosis.
Yeah. I had to go. That's what it was. I had a gym appointment with the personal trainer that I didn't want to miss. So.
She make you do like burpees if you miss it?
No.
She should.
Huh.
That'd be hilarious.
She can try to make me, but I'm way bigger than her.
Yeah. Since our last recording, did we fish?
Yes, since our last recording, we did fish. We fished, not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before.
That's right. We did.
Labor Day weekend, we fished.
We chased around some stupid little fish.
Yeah, we put way more effort into those fish than
We really needed it. It was cool.
It was cool to and getting up into that really skinny area where we were. That was neat.
Yeah, it just solidified for like the 50th time this year that I'm putting a polling platform on my boat. Look forward to that, Bill.
Yeah. But that was a good Labor Day weekend. We bonfire was Saturday night.
Yeah.
Your parents. Which the bugs were atrocious.
The bugs were atrocious.
Allegedly, it was sprayed.
So, I've gotten some feedback on this, and this might be news to him, but I was told by a source that maybe the person doing the spraying last year might have done a better job.
Who was the person doing the spraying last year?
This guy.
I'm guessing that source also lives in that house.
Maybe.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And it's also not the person that was doing the spraying this year.
All right, so that narrows it down.
Yeah.
And the bonfire didn't last long.
No.
That was...
It actually gave me the confidence. We had a fire here last Saturday.
Yeah.
It was perfect because I had shit sitting in a burn pit for like at least all year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, that's going to go nice and quick, and then we'll be able to do s'mores and then bedtime. And it was perfect. Like, I went out and lit it just before it was dark. By the time it got dark, it had burned down enough where I could actually stand there and roast a marshmallow.
Yeah. Yeah, that fire at your parents' was like...
It was outrageous.
That was hot.
Yeah. It burned down quickly, but then kept going just because there was so much at the bottom.
Yeah, there's so many coals.
It was big.
Yeah. I mean, those flames were high when it was going.
Yeah.
It was like a welcome to the neighborhood beacon for the new people that were moving in.
I know, you imagine moving up from Massachusetts, those stuck-up peckerheads. Moving into their new house, just spent fucking...
way more money.
$750,000 on a fucking house, and you pull in the driveway for the first time, and there's 90-foot fucking flames from your neighbor. Like, what the fuck?
Bunch of degens sitting out around it.
Yeah. I don't know. It would have been better if we just parked like in the circle.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It was a good time.
Then we chased those dumb little fish. I mean, we also chased stripers, too.
We did chase stripers.
Just couldn't connect. It was a nice day in the water, other than the wind picking up.
The wind was very annoying.
Yeah.
And then, I don't think I fished. I'd say I'd look at my camera roll to see, like,
but
what I
take pictures.
I don't take pictures fishing.
We went up into Great Bay.
We did go up into Great Bay.
Ride.
Oh, I fished the day before with Ian. That's right. Yeah. Got him on some fish, which that was cool. That was feeding fish. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Top water, like just like threw a fly in and watched the fish take it. That's my new obsession.
Mm-hmm.
What We are full blown into soccer season. It's been chaos.
Did you have 2 soccer practices tonight?
Yeah, Olivia was in Epping and Corinna was in York. And Leah takes... she's a saint. I would not have signed up for... I'm all for carpooling when it makes sense, but 40 minutes in a car with 4 girls.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Right. And like, so she picks them all up from school. So they are just like at 11 already. Because like, you know what you're like when you get out of school.
Right.
You're fucking jacked up. Mm-hmm. Day's done. Let's fucking go. And then they all pile into Leah's car. And then they drive 45 minutes to Epping.
And they're probably all hungry.
Oh, starving. So Leah brings like a fucking... I think she's going to start taking my Yeti cooler. Because she tries to take like this little... like the lunchbox. I'm like, this, you got to stock up here.
Yeah.
Like...
You got a bunch of hungry...
You basically might as well have a refrigerator in the back of that car. Might actually just take like the roadie. Yeah. And just like freight it with shit.
Drinks and snacks.
Yeah. But it's been good. Corinna had her first soccer game. No tears. Win.
I saw a video. Looked like she was enjoying it.
She had a blast. She had no idea what she was doing out there, but that's the most fun part of it. It's so weird. Like, it's only been like... It's been 3 seasons with Olivia.
Ooh.
But it also has been just nonstop with her.
Ooh.
So it feels like it's been like 9 years.
Yeah.
Because it's been so many different teams and players and moving up and just like watching her grow and progress. Like then going back to be like, okay, the stuff that I'm I'm literally like working with Olivia on like understanding like the flow of the game and understanding like, hey, you don't have much time left. You're holding on to a 1-goal lead. Like, you know, when we watch the soccer games and the goalies are like going really slow, you got to do that. And like explaining to her like how to waste time. Like,
yeah.
And I mean, yeah, it's probably too advanced for 9, but also like she understands it and like that's helping her become a better player.
And she's playing at a higher level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like her coach the other day was like, hey, like trying to tell her to calm it down and slow down without like saying it out loud. And then she like rolls the ball to one of her defenders like right there. And he's like, that's not what I meant. I was like, well, I mean, the kid took it literally. But yeah, they got a big dub the other day. So their York team, we're back on track to, if this fucking keeps up, it'll be 3 falls in a row without losing a game.
That's cool.
Their game on Saturday was 14-0.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was not great.
Didn't give much of a chance to come back.
I don't think Portsmouth... I don't know if they actually knew what a soccer ball was. It was pretty bad.
Do a lot of the girls on her team also play... like club, like
only well,
I did there.
Technically 3 of them do.
Yeah,
3 others. So there's 4 of them right now. But they don't really have like we've got like 1 or 2 weaker players. But for a 9v9 team where you've got 16 girls, we probably have 2 or 3 that like you could kind of do without, but really every other girl contributes. Like they've got a fucking like Olivia's class size, like her senior year will be dope if they all stay playing, because there's 10 of them that all are very good players.
Yeah.
So that'll be really cool if they all stay with it. And
yeah.
I mean, I don't expect them all to, just because like there's so many kids that will go play field hockey, that'll go do track or cross country.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping it's the right ones that don't come back to soccer. Like, your daughter can run.
She can run.
She might just, why don't you try track? But no, they're all good. All the parents are good. No complaints. The boat's been sitting. It's sad. It's filled with leaves. Fuck it. Fall sucks.
You went after your first.
Went after a first tuna. Yeah, that's the saga that will never end.
Yep.
That boat's still down. So we went out with Captain Craig Regis out of York, Maine. Great guy if you know him. Mm-hmm. Great builder. Meticulous.
And a lover of cats.
Yeah?
He's got that pet cat at his sawmill.
Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, he's got a soft spot for kitties. So we went out reasonable time, 4:30.
Yeah.
Not crazy. Ran out, stopped.
Did you go out to Jeffrey's?
No. So we went to Boone. Plan was to go that way. Got to Boone. Started getting bait. I am a masturbator. I was hammering.
Yeah.
But at first it was like striper mackerel size. And then I was like, no, we need to fight through these and get to the big boys. So then we got some big boys on. Filled the live well. I was like, all right, we're going to run. And there was already some people out. There's another guy out of York that he knows that, like, we were literally just picking up from bait, and then, like, we were going to head out and go, and fucking you could hear the reel screaming.
Really?
And so he was on a fish, got a fish on. So then it was like, well, okay, that's it, like 5:30. So do you drive by fish to go for more fish?
Leave fish to...
Or do you stay there? So we opted to stay there. Now, not a great bite anywhere. That guy ended up losing that fish at the boat.
Oh.
Sucks. But the only other boat, there's two other boats that I know caught fish. One was the Sugar Bear. Shout out Bruce Brennan. He ran past us and went north, and he comes out of fucking Newcastle. He was hammering up somewhere. And then there was another guy that went out to where we were going to go after being around us for most of the day, and then he ran out and caught 7 sharks and then landed 100-incher.
Oh, shit.
So that was sort of a kick in the nuts.
Yeah.
And he was the only guy out there. Everyone else stayed in. There's a couple of places like inside. Like I was watching. Jeremy went out. Jeremy came out after we were out. Timmy was south and then ended up coming up to Boone. I don't know if he ever hooked up at night. We left before the last tide. But it was, I mean, parts of me really want to get into it.
Yeah.
And then other parts of me are like, I was bored out of my fucking mind. I mean, I stayed busy because I just kept dropping a sabiki rig to the bottom and catching those little redfish. Mm-hmm. And then by the time you get them up, their fucking bladders have exploded. So then you just throw them to seagulls. So I was doing my best TB12 impression. Little fucking 2-step drop. Rip a redfish across the ocean to a seagull in waiting. And then just catching mackerel here and there and just like staying not bored.
Yeah.
But as we're sitting out there like 7:30, 8 o'clock, watching a pot of porpoises coming through, and then you just see a fucking 600-pound missile leave the water, and there's a tuna in with them. Yeah. They're all pushing bait together, and I'm like, can we go chase? Yeah. Like, yeah, it's like a half mile. I don't care. Like, that's where like my brain is like, I don't want to just sit here on, like, it goes back to like deer hunting versus waterfowl. Like, go where the birds are, like, or sit in the same fucking tree stand for the last 30 fucking years because that's where fucking Grandpappy shot a fucking 8-pointer.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you're sitting there on the anchor. It's not as easy to get an anchor up, especially like the way he doesn't have a hauler on his boat. So he does. I've never seen it done, and it was the most wild thing, and I love it. But there's a ring, and you clip it on to the buoy, and then you tie your main line, your main anchor, to a cleat in the back.
Yeah.
And then you just fucking pin it. And so with the buoy, and it brings it all up.
The guys, when we went striper fishing down in Gloucester, that's what they did.
I barely remember that.
That's like one thing I picked up from, even though I was shit-faced.
Yeah.
That's how they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But, so, we saw like 9 fish on the screen. 7 to 9, somewhere around there. Never got a bite. Caught 5 sharks. And probably 7,400 redfish. Craig's like, I don't know if I've ever seen anyone with the attention span that you have to just keep doing
I was thinking about that. I'm like, Garrett's going to be fucking bored out of his mind if they're not into him.
I mean, I was a little bit, but then like once you like sit down and like start watching the porpoises was cool.
Yeah.
We had 2 humpbacks like cruising around us. So like all the signs were there for like a good day. But nobody else out there hooked up. Everyone was on sharks. And a couple big sharks, a lot of poor beagles. But after we pick up the anchor, get the boat all settled, it's like, all right, time to head her towards the house. We start heading in, and fucking Craig's like, oh shit. I fucking then hear the alarm, and fucking water temps went up.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's not great. So, back it down, start floating, shut them down, pop the engine covers, which his is electric, which is pretty dope. You just press a button and it fucking lifts the whole fucking pedestal up.
No shit.
And there's coolant all over the starboard engine. Well, that's not great. It's like, all right, well, we ain't fixing that out here. Don't even know where the coolant went or where it came from. So, fucking shut her down, shut it back down, turn on the port engine, and Boone to York is into the harbor is about 8 miles, 8.5. At 6 knots, 6 to 8 knots. That's a long ride.
Yeah.
So that was 4:30, and here I'm sitting there, and I'm like, all right. We decided we were going to call it at 4. Put in a 12-hour shift on the boat. If we didn't have anything at 4, like get back in. So I'm like, like trying to figure out timing. I'm like, all right, it'll take us about 20, 30 minutes to get in and get the boat taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'll make it in by 5. It was I bailed on Corinna's soccer practice. Thanks to George, he took her up there to practice. And so I was like, maybe I'll make it back for practice, or maybe I knew they were going for ice cream after practice. I was like, could meet them up at, ice cream. Yeah, I think I got back home at 7:15.
Jesus.
Like, I mean, we got in and it was just like, yeah, tie the boat up, fucking put the rods in, let's go. And like, there was no like messing around. There was no, like, I mean, we were going slow enough on the way in that like we cleaned everything up. The boat was like, by the time we made it to the harbor, I mean, it was 2 hours, and this is where Garrett's like, I should have thrown a cooler of beers on board. Because just sitting there doing 6 knots in on one screw, I was just like, it'd be really nice to have a beer in my hand right now.
Yeah.
And by that point, I had already drank 2 full Yetis of water, 2 Gatorades, 4 Red Bulls. I'm like, it's beer o'clock. And then, when a buddy's boat's down, like, that's never fun. Like, It's not a jovial ride in.
No.
Because he's just sitting there going through everything in his head about, like, what broke. And I know what's going on, so I'm just sitting there. I'm sitting in the truck, don't touch the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Try and crack jokes every now and then so he doesn't fucking jump off the boat. But, yeah, that was Tuna Fishing 101 with Garrett.
Yeah. Has he gotten it fixed yet?
Nope.
No?
So his heat exchanger just came in today. Him and George went down. Engineer George has been coming in clutch for Craig, helping.
Yeah.
So they went and tried to figure some stuff out. Couldn't really figure out what was going on or see anything like super obvious. So changed thermostats. That didn't help. Checked hoses, no leaks. Was able to fill the engine back up.
Yeah.
Like everything was fine. But then it wasn't fixed. So now they're looking at heat exchangers. But then they started looking at the port side heat exchanger. Because they're just going over both engines.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, Craig, why don't you look at this one? Craig's go down there and he's like looking at it, and he like goes to move something, fucking breaks the fucking port side heat exchanger, which was the one that was working. But I mean, it was not in good shape, and probably for the better that you broke it at the dock.
Yeah.
So Craig had ordered 2 heat exchangers, so now it's like, okay, hopefully that's it. There's another couple hoses they didn't get to yet. So they're working through it.
Piece by piece.
Yeah. I'm trying to push George to go buy this. There's a Pursuit, 30-foot Pursuit down in New Hampshire, or maybe in Mass.
It's too big for his slip.
No, I don't think he has.
I thought he said it was 27-foot slip.
Well, he told the guy 27 feet, and he was kind of like, yeah, I mean, whatever, like 25, 30, you're fine.
Yeah.
I mean, what's 3 fucking feet?
Yeah.
What are you going to put in 3 feet? Let him hang off a little bit if that's the case. So, it's a sick boat. It's a 99, so a lot newer than any of the other boats, and it's right in the price range.
Cuddy?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a walk around. Oh, no, it's not really a walk around. I mean, I guess it is, but it's not really. It's more of just like a regular, like, cabin cruise.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it looks like.
Oh, that's a nice boat.
It's a fucking sick boat. Down in Beverly. But it's got Volvo engines with under 2,000 hours. Generator. Oh, engines were pulled less than 300 hours ago. Cleaned. Gauges replaced. 2 new turbos. Generator has 700 hours on it. Has an upper station, but it's not installed. So, downside, no trailer included, but I was like, well, fuck it. Put it in the water. Let's take it for a test drive. Beverly ain't that far. We can cruise up the coast.
Yeah.
Keep it in tight. We'll just drive it up to Wells, and then you just tell Web Hannett to yank it for you. And store it. Fuck it.
Yep.
But we'll see. We'll see what he gets around to.
Poor guy's burned through some fly rods this year.
Jesus Christ.
We've all broken one this year.
Yeah. He's broken too.
Yeah.
I've basically bought 2 brand new rods this year with what mine cost me to replace.
Did they charge you to fix that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was not a
warranty.
well, it was warranted.
Yeah.
I mean, I paid less than I would if I bought that rod new again.
Yeah.
But it was not the $50 Reddington. Send it to us. It was a call from Scott going, "Are you sure?" And like I literally said to the lady, I was like, "Look, I know what your pro pricing is. Sell me one for that, and we're good." She's like, "Well," I was like, "We're pretty much gonna be in that same ballpark." I'm like, "I'm offering to pay more money to save you guys the work. Like, you're gonna charge me whatever $350.
Yeah.
I'm offering you an additional $150 to $200 to just not have you guys have to take 4 weeks to rebuild a rod that was broken in 6 places." But yeah, George snapped his right in the middle.
That's weird.
Not really. So I think what had happened is, you know how he was talking about his rod keeps coming apart?
Yeah.
So I think he stressed it by having that gap because it was coming apart right there between sections 2 and 3. So I think he was not noticing it getting wider, and you know, each cast before it would come apart was stressing the shit out of it. So, but I don't know what he's doing to make his rods come apart.
Yeah.
I don't know. But so then he takes my so he sends a group text, "Yeah, broke this." Like, sick. I was like, "Well, there's fucking 2 rods in my boat. Like, go grab one." And he's like, "Oh, I'll come down later." So I was home, so I went up and I just was like, "All right."
And I called him and I offered him to take one of mine if he needed it.
Right. And you've got 3 8-weights.
Yeah.
I have 2. And I looked at my 2 rods and I'm like, that graze just means more to me sentimentally.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about it. Like, it's a $150 rod. Like, I actually want to break that rod. Like, I want to put a fish on that rod and break it. That's my ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Is like put a 40 on it and just splinter the rod and lose the fish. Whatever. Who cares? It'd be a sick story. But I was like, fuck it. He can take the path. I know I can get more of those. And so I was like, here you go. And he fucking texts the next morning, "Man, that thing fucking casts real good." And I was like, you know that time that I told you, just order this Reddington Path, he's got more of them? Because like I casted Ian's and I was like, fuck, that's a really nice rod.
Yeah.
And I was like, for the cost and the price point, that Reddington Path, anyone out there that's looking for an entry-level striper rod, that is a phenomenal rod.
Yeah, I tried yours. That's a nice.
I absolutely love that rod. For what it is and for, I mean...
That or that Echo.
Yeah, the Echo Boost. But I mean, like, pure entry-level. The fucking dude, Jim Motto, on fucking Facebook Marketplace, $98.
Where does he get all that shit?
So he or his son works with some school for fly fishing. So I don't know if they just get sent rods.
Yeah.
Like X amount of rods for the year. And like if they go through them, they go through them. If they don't, they just sell them.
Because he's always got rods and reels and lines.
And I mean, but like, and it's all beginner for the most part. I kind of wanted to like lean. Now that George has a good rapport with him, I want to be like, look, can we like order shit through you?
Yeah.
Like every now and then he'll have some like Orvis stuff, or he'll have like, he really doesn't carry like much. It's all normally like the same, like Lamson
and
and fucking Reddington.
Yeah.
So
They must have a deal with them or something.
But I mean, that Reddington Path for fucking $98. It's fucking silly.
Yeah.
But I like that rod. He ended up calling Jim, going to get one. So I've yet to get my rod back, but you know, fuck me.
And he sent that. What was that other one that he broke? That was a TFO?
No, it was a Reddington. Starts with an M. Maximus?
And he sent that one in to get fixed.
He sent it in to get fixed, yeah. And they're like, oh, if it's warranty, it's like, they'll warranty it. If it's not a warranty fix, it's $50. And he's like, well, that's not too bad. I'm like, okay, but by the time you ship it and get it shipped back to you, if you have to pay for shipping both ways, you're at $100. So, snap the other two sections just to feel better and just buy a new rod. But he's going through with it, so it's good for him.
Yeah.
It like sort of makes me nervous to buy nice rods, but I've decided next spring. I got to talk to Ian actually, because Ian's neighbor is a rod builder, or coworker, and so I kind of want to have a 10-weight built.
Yeah.
But I want to know if like he can do some of the things that I want to do. Like, I don't know if it's possible or like what the cost would be, but I would love a white fly rod.
A white one?
Yeah. And then to do teal wraps so it matches my boat. And if he can do that, I will be so stoked. And I don't care what it costs me. Like, you fucking tell me it's $1,000. Sounds good. Like, if I
I'm
could,
sure he's going to find out for you after he listens to this.
yeah, if I could get a fucking 10-weight and an 8-weight that match my boat. God damn. Like, just custom. Just call him bearded. Like, well, don't have to worry about anyone stealing those.
Speaking of new rods, did you see the new rod that our favorite company came out with?
No.
It's called the Cast and Blast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like it's a Cast and Blast theme, like the
Oh, I did see that. There's a shotgun shell. Butt end. Yeah.
And it's like orange. And
it's a bamboo, isn't it?
No.
Oh, it's not?
No.
So when I saw it, I was like, I wonder if that orange is because it's bamboo. Because he had talked about doing bamboo rods.
It's a graphite, I think. And but it's got like brown and black thread wraps on it for partridge.
The Roach River. I mean, good for him. He's already sold out the 4s and 5s. But you can still get them all in a package. So, the long-awaited, highly anticipated
Cast and Blast.
Cast and Blast edition is here. Catching that first light on the river with a fly rod. Then grab those shotguns while you search for grouse in the fields nearby in the afternoon. You don't fucking hunt grouse in a field, you fucking retard. You ride dirt roads.
If anything, it should have a steering wheel on it, not a shotgun shell.
Fucking beer tabs.
Those should be the guides. Pop top tabs with a Budweiser butt end. Been tying a lot last week.
Yeah, you got that desk fired up.
Yeah. Went to the fly shop on Sunday.
You want to go upstairs to the fly shop and just take whatever you want to tie the things that I want you to tie?
I gotta get shit tied for this bass showcase I'm doing on Sunday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Where is that?
It's in Sanford. At Mandy's cousin's house. I can send you the address if you want.
I mean, it'd be a great platform to talk about it right now.
Yeah. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I mean, there you go.
Let me plug it.
You are fucking catching on.
Well, like I'm so like I'm very. I don't know how I like. I'm looking forward to talking about fly tying and like doing a demonstration and tying while I'm there, but I feel wrong for doing it because I don't feel like I'm a good enough tyer to be showcased at one of these things.
I think you are for what you are going to.
Yeah.
Like, if you were like, hey, I just signed up as a tyer to go down to the fly fishing show, maybe not.
Yeah.
And that's not a slight on you. That's not a slight on anyone. Like, the only person I would send down there is Ian.
Yeah.
Because he's autistic. And he would have all of his stuff just, like, laid out.
And he's going to tell you that he's not good enough to do that, but that's a lie. So it's East Coast Baits Open House, 13 Pine Tree Drive, Sanford, Maine. So he makes
time of day,
2 p.m. I don't know.
Sunday at 2?
Yeah, Sunday at 2.
Okay.
He makes like soft plastics and swim baits and stuff for bass fishing, and makes all of his own stuff. And he's got a couple guys that fish on tournaments and stuff that uses baits, and he does. I don't know anything about the soft plastic market, but he does a lot of different stuff. So he's going to be showcasing his side of it. There's going to be another guy there that does, I forget what. He makes custom wire lures, which I don't know what those are, honestly, but I'm going to learn, I guess.
Is that like Ned rigs or like the Texas rigs?
I think they're more like, yeah, exactly. No, you're right.
Or is that like those chatterbaits?
Chatterbaits, spinners.
Yeah.
That type of thing. And then I'm going to be doing a demonstration on fly tying, but I'm going to do a bunch, like, I was like, is this just bass stuff? And he was like, no, I want you to show off trout stuff. So I'm bringing a bunch of the nymphs I've tied and some of the dries, but I've been tying a bunch of like smallmouth stuff and like those streamers I sent you last night.
Yeah.
Some poppers, a bunch of different gurglers.
I was looking at that streamer that you sent me.
That is an easy tie.
Yeah. But I'm sitting there going, dude, throw that on a fucking 2-aught with some dumbbell eyes instead of the sticky eyes.
That's a size 1.
I'm saying saltwater hook. Like,
I thought about that too. But the guy, so I forget the guy's name. It ties it's Alvin Goudot or it's
not
like,
Alvin Kamara?
No.
Oh, okay.
But he calls it a guide fly and he uses it for stripers, smallmouth.
Yeah.
Any predator fish. And ties it on those Gamakatsu size 1 B10S hooks, sticker hooks.
Yeah.
Loves it. But it's just rabbit strip and game changer fur.
Yeah.
And then you put sticky eyes. You don't even have to put the sticky eyes on it. It works that good.
Right. Like, I mean, I had that fly. It was actually a fly I caught a fish on this year with you. It was very similar body style, but it was just made with like crystal flash.
Yeah.
So it was like crystal flash, like tied in a game changer, like style, or like an EP fly style. And then that was it. And like it's got eyes on it, but it's a very light fly.
So it's good for like intermediate, light intermediate stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I haven't even fished it yet, but it's just a rabbit strip tail and that craft fur, and you kind of preen that rabbit or that fur back as you're wrapping it on.
Yeah.
And then trim it down on the bottom and the sides and stick the eyes on it, and it's done. It's 2 materials.
Yeah.
3 counting the eyes. And then I've tied gurglers. Aaron put me onto a pattern for I didn't even take a picture of those for like that he uses for smallmouth and even for trout as a streamer. It's just dumbbell eyes, marabou tail, and I want to explain to him like you don't need to be big and fancy and articulating and all this stuff, which is cool.
It is cool.
But
tie for are you tying flies for the fishermen?
Yeah.
Or the fish?
That's what I've always heard is like fancy flies catch fishermen.
Yeah.
Not fish.
Yeah. I mean, some fancier flies. Articulated fucking game changers, retardedly effective. Yeah. But
I've tied 1 game changer, and
but I will say this:
took me like 2 hours.
I will say this about that. I would put more into the fact of believing in a fly than what the fly is.
I agree.
And it's one of the things that I've talked to you about with your fishing, and I talked to my old man about him with his fishing, is and it makes a big difference in your casting. Mm-hmm. It makes a big difference just overall, do you think you're about to catch a fish? Or are you just
if you keep your positivity up,
yeah,
on across the board,
positivity and expectations of all right, I'm gonna put this fly there, and I'm gonna focus on my good strips, and it starts with tying a fly on. It's one of the things Heath and I talk about a ton is you can be stream side and know there's fish in there, but do you have the wherewithal to make sure your knots are not shit?
Yeah.
Because it starts there, and you tie a good knot, and you're all right, I feel good about that knot. It's not going to break. It might still break. It's a fucking chance. Shit happens. Shit fails. I've had bad tippet. I've had a whole spool of tippet that sucks before. Not saying it can't happen, but just having that confidence of all right, my shit's tight. I'm going to throw a good cast, and I feel good about the area, and just the power of positivity, man.
And that was a game changer for me this year. Late, but once I started realizing that, I was more effective in my casting, in my success, my all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
But I think that's where people look at a game changer, and they get that serotonin boost of this is such a dope fly. It's going to look so sick in the water. I'm going to fish it so good. And then they go into that fishing event or, experience of I'm fishing a game changer. I'm going to fucking catch a monster. And so that fly is what's putting your mind there. And so yes, there's some part of does the, fancy flies catch fishermen, not fish, but it's well, they're also effective, and so I think that's why they're effective. But
I fished a game changer once this year, and
you were pissed off within 5 minutes.
Yeah. And I cut it off, and every fish I've caught on the salt was on a guitar minnow, and every fish I had a take on, every fish, it was all guitar minnow.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing against the game changer, but you've also got to have a good leader set up with that, because that's a big fly.
Yeah. It's not the easiest thing to just...
And I was throwing and I was fishing a mini game changer. And
yeah.
Still, there's a lot of shit going on with that. It's not necessarily a big fly, but there's a lot of movement. So getting it turned over, especially if you're not a really good caster, it can be tough.
Yeah.
So. Well, yeah.
I've got to try and figure out when I can get north.
I'm going to shoot for not this Sunday, but the 22nd. Do a day trip, but it all depends on this knee. Because right now, this knee's not going to...
Not holding up?
No.
I got... God damn it. Next 2 Sundays are not good.
And then after that, I'm like, it's either the 22nd or not for me. Because I'm going the following weekend, I'm going to Jackman.
The 29th, yeah.
Speaking of that, can I borrow your 20 gauge?
Yep. It hasn't left since you took it the last time, I don't think. Yeah. This Saturday, I have something from 10 until 5:30.
Soccer.
2 soccer games. One at 10, one at 4. And then dinner. And then Sunday, we have soccer in Epping at 11. And then UNH women's soccer play at 2. So then we'll go to that. And then next Saturday is 2 soccer games back to back, 10:15 and 12. And then high school girls play that night, so we have to go to that game because
this is all Saturday.
That's the 21st.
Oh, gotcha.
And then the 22nd is a game at 10:30 up at St. Joe's. So what I might do, so they've got to be there at 10 at St. Joe's, is I might honestly fish the sump on the 22nd. Yeah. Not because I want to.
Yeah.
But like...
It's fall fishing.
It's fall fishing. I could get up there and do that. And then maybe I'll leave from there and go north and stay up north the 23rd, 24th.
That week.
Oh, shit. I got to be home for the fucking 23rd. God fucking damn it.
That week I've got a training seminar on the 24th in Bedford, New Hampshire for the day. And then 25th, my sister comes into town through the 28th. And then the 29th, I'm gone until the 3rd.
Oh, fuck. I might have to miss some practices.
Heath pulled his boat? He must have.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going back in. He's on to fucking trouts.
Yeah. That's what I figured. And there's another boat in this spot.
Oh, really?
Some twin motor. I don't know what it is. Maybe that cobia that was there that night.
Oh, yeah.
Went in.
I just texted him. You done with salt? He's probably up north right now. What else is going on? Oh, you lazy bastard. Electric fucking jack on a fucking car trailer. All right, I have a dilemma.
What's your dilemma?
There's a shit ton of work going on up at the neighbor's old house, and I need to know what the fuck is happening. Do I just like walk up there?
Hey, go introduce yourself.
No, they're not there. It's all like a contractor.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's not that. No one has moved into that house.
So I wonder what they're doing. I'd just go.
It looks to me like they ripped the floor out of... It looks like they're trying to finish the garage.
Make it an ADU or something.
I don't know.
Wasn't there already an ADU above the garage?
Well, no, it was above the kitchen
Gotcha.
and laundry room and dining room. Like, there was an apartment up there at one point. They ripped it all out and put new flooring in and got rid of everything. But yeah, there was a kitchen up there. But
I'd say just be the nosy neighbor. Or just pose as like the building inspector or something.
I thought about like going over there with like just go grab like a 4-pack of like some craft IPAs. And because, dude, I've just been hearing them fucking... And it's like, I mean, they're working like late. Like, they're still working when I get home. And I've heard some big shit get dropped. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. But I'm like...
Just walk up with a clipboard.
Well, it's either that or I just don't go up there and we just need a good cold snap and about fucking 1,100 million leaves to fall.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of... I fell victim to a TikTok shop.
Uh-oh.
I ordered the lawn sweeper from Vivor because they said that it picks up, like, people were like, oh, it'll pick up like walnuts and like tree nuts. So I'm like, all right, acorns. Perfect. So I ordered it. Fuck that thing.
Doesn't work.
Piece of shit. I put it together and took it back apart and put it back in the box within an hour today. I was so pissed.
What is it? Is it like a wire wheel type thing?
So it's got like 4 things of like rake, kind of like thinner than like a rake on a spindle. It's just like, you know, like the leaf picker uppers that like you can put behind a tractor. It's sort of the same premise of those, but it's bigger. So like it looks like it should pick up like sticks.
I could have fucking told you that wasn't gonna work, Garrett.
So I was on that same boat, and then like I watched the video, and then I read the reviews, and people were like, "Yeah, it picks up like it'll pick up like a chestnut nut and all this shit."
Acorns are a different animal. They're different. They're not like it's.
So it just flung acorns fucking even further than they already are. So I'm back to just using a backpack blower. And we have had more fucking acorns fall this year. I could literally go out there and leaf blow that fucking yard in front of the soccer net.
Remember that year your driveway was so bad that we thought we could park your truck on them and just push your truck?
I honestly, that's my front yard right now.
Really?
Dude, it's unreal. I mean, there's probably, I shit you not, no less than 1,500 acorns an hour on the fucking ground. Dude, it's outrageous. I was sitting Saturday night. We had a little bonfire out back. We burned a bunch of brush. I was sitting there in a chair, just sitting there minding my own business. Had a nice little fucking high noon in my hand. Fucking whap right on the thigh. I was like, you know what? I'm not stopping at pine trees when I fucking finally get someone here to cut trees. We are fucking taking oak trees. Yeah. Anybody need some fucking nice oak for fucking planing down for boards? Let me know.
Or firewood.
Yeah. Yeah, we're taking all the trees. I might leave the maples. Anything that fucking drops shit that annoys me. Pine needles and acorns. Gone.
Just eradicate the problem.
Yeah. What do I have left to bitch about then? Nothing.
Oh, there'll be something.
Well, so I want to do that, and then I want to hire a fucking landscaper to come in and like redo my lawns. And then become the psycho neighbor that's like obsessed with his lawn.
You don't want to do that.
No, because then I'm hoping at that point in my life I'm at a income level.
You can just hire a
I'm
landscaper.
paying someone to do that.
Because like
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work that you're not going to want to do because it requires that work when you want to be fishing.
Right. So this is the other part of me is like
what I would do is hire a company, come in, dig up all the lawn, every bit of it, and fucking pave it. And then you've got room for storage,
gravel,
like basketball courts. Put in a turf fucking soccer field.
I have thought about turf.
Like put in don't put in something that requires work. Put in something that requires less work, like turf or.
Dude, how sick would it be if just like from like where my cars are parked right now to my property line, if I put in like a 40 by 60 soccer pitch?
It'd be fucking awesome.
It'd be so sick.
You could put a putting green off of it. Like
I would put in fucking lights, like stadium lights.
Like all sorts of shit.
We could just have like
put in a pickleball court, piss off these neighbors.
No.
I'm joking about that. But
no.
I'm just saying, like
pickleball courts lead to ACLs. That's all I've learned.
But like just don't do anything. I would just get rid of it. Get rid of it all.
It would be pretty dope to have an AstroTurf field.
Something you can just go out, hose it off.
Also,
have like drains in it.
Yeah. My plan was to take down more trees over there, so then, and once all the pines are gone, we should have sun over there in the afternoons. Mm-hmm. So then we put a pool over there, and then if I did AstroTurf all around that,
right?
Oh, that'd be so sick. I've decided if I get to be rich enough, I'm just going to build soccer fields. That's what I want to do with my money.
I thought you were going to build boats.
Well, yeah,
You're
no,
all over the place.
No, but like as like the philanthropic part of my life, if I become like loaded.
Oh, you're going to, okay.
I'm just going to go into towns, buy a bunch of land, and build a soccer field. And it's only going to be lined for soccer. We're not putting any other lines on it. And if I fucking find out a town that I did put other lines on it, I'm just going to show up one day with a fucking bulldozer and rip it up.
Yeah. Those who giveth can taketh away.
It can be used for soccer and lacrosse. No football. Why? Because every fucking town that has a fucking football team is like, this fucking field is our fucking football field. All right, motherfucker. Time to pay up. Pay the piper. Fuck your football. Fucking giving kids brain damage. Jeez. Not that taking like a 90-mile-an-hour soccer ball to the fucking forehead is really great for your brain.
Or get kicked in the head.
But I've never been diagnosed with a fucking concussion, so I ain't got no CTE. I'm AJ Hawk here. I don't got fucking CTE. Did I get hit in the back of the head so hard in college where I had a black hole in the middle of my sight of vision? Maybe. I didn't throw up.
This is you talking?
Yeah.
I've never been diagnosed with a concussion. I have certainly hit my head hard enough where I had to have been concussed.
I mean, I got hit in the head with a metal baseball bat when I was like 8 and woke up on a couch.
I made my wife laugh so hard. She fell and hit her face off the ground and got a concussion. That's probably one of my greatest achievements.
That's a pretty good achievement. Yeah. That's right up there.
As of late, yeah.
The coolest thing in the world is watching your kids become sarcastic little assholes. Olivia has fully started to embrace and like understands comedic timing now.
Oh boy.
Oh dude. I don't remember what the fuck she did yesterday. We were coming home we went to the high school soccer game last night. We were on our way home and Corinna said something and Liv came right back with something else. I fucking I almost fucking stopped the car. I was laughing so fucking hard. I was like, God damn, just keep it up, kid. You're gonna be all right.
So the other night when I passed you in York, when you were coming out of this,
you were hammering. What the fuck? Leah was with me and she's like, what the fuck was that? The fucking red streak of Hugh McDougal through town, fucking 40.
I thought you'd be proud.
I was proud. I was shocked.
and then today, so Sunday when I went to the fly shop, I was ripping down Route 1. Like, passing cars, get out of my fucking way. And today a customer came in, he's like, I saw you on Route 1, you were flying. I was like, that's twice in a week I've been commented on my fucking speeding.
Yeah. I have been driving like a bitch for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. Coming home from the soccer game last night, before I started laughing really hard, that was closer to the house. We did a little beach cruise, short beach cruise.
Yeah. Get
to the end, get past Lobster Cove, and fucking behind a car from Massachusetts doing 21. Not the time. Like, I understand the speed limit says 25 between Long Sands and the harbor.
I want to look at the waves.
But no. So we're past Long Sands. So you're in that, like, no man's land between Long Sands and harbor.
Yeah.
Where, like, there's no speed limit there. I'm sorry. You can just do whatever you want in that part of town.
That's the Autobahn.
Seriously, like, you go up by the harbor beach and, like, you look over through past fucking the reading room and then there's nothing. So you just hammer till you get to Long Sands and then you can slow back down. I understand people want to look at the ocean. I won't.
You don't fault them for that?
No. But at least do 25. So we were doing 21, and I was fucking up there. And we're in Leah's car, which she finally was like. So that car was like slowing down and then like went to brake check me. So then I just threw my high beams on and stayed right where I was. I mean, I couldn't see their license plate. I was so fucking close. And Leah's like, you're going to get us in an accident. I was like, this thing has crash detection. No, we won't. She was like, that is not how that works. And I was like,
it's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sue Volvo if it doesn't happen.
Yeah. I'm like, for what we paid for this car, it better fucking work. And so then they finally like pull over to the side. I fucking put that Volvo to the fucking boards. And we're flying. And she's like, you know, I drive this car around town every day. And then you get in it and do that. I was like, fine, we'll start taking my truck. I already drive my truck like I'm a dickhead. Like, everyone knows how I drive. Like, it's not a secret. I'm like, we'll start taking my truck around town if you don't want people to think that maybe it's a roll of the dice who's behind the wheel of the old duck fly.
Maybe they'll just get out of the fucking way.
Yeah.
Either way.
And I was like, maybe we just get you a bigger car that's blacked out again. And then nobody will know. I was like, I sent her the 2025 XC90 just was released. Oh, so nice. Then I was like, I sent it to her and I was like, to be clear, after I replaced my truck. I was like, you do not get a car before I get my truck. That is a line in the sand that will not be crossed. Unless she gets in an accident and I have to replace her car. Yeah.
Speaking of accidents, town of Lebanon Fire Department, Lebanon Cellar Savers, drove their fire truck into the fire station.
Oh.
Leaving the station. Fucking knocked out one of the fucking walls in between the two bay doors. Allegedly, it was an accident.
No shit.
But they've been pushing to get a new fire station.
Oh, really? I mean, that's just a wicked good coincidence for the town of Lebanon.
Yeah. A truck that's probably backed into that station thousands of times.
So were they backing in?
No, they were pulling out.
So they were leaving.
Yeah.
How do you hit a garage door that you're pulling out of?
Who knows? Left a compartment door open or fucking wheels were cut. My bet is the wheels were cut and they fucking drove the side of the truck into it. Because those cab overs,
Yeah.
like, there was all like when you back a fire truck into the station, the wheels are always straight. Like
They should be.
They should be.
Yeah.
My bet is the wheels were cut, and whoever got in the truck didn't fucking realize it because the wheels are kind of behind you in a cab over.
Right.
So they got in, fucking put her in D, and started out and fucking caught the wheel on the door of the outside edge of the door and fucking pushed it out.
But I mean, like,
Let me see if I can find the picture.
how many times have you gotten in a vehicle not knowing exactly which way your tires are pointed?
I always know which way my tires are pointed, straight, because that's how I always do it.
But even if you were to pull in and fucking crank them all the way over, as soon as you go into drive and let your foot off the brake, you have a sense of direction of which fucking way you're going. I don't give a fuck if the wheels are in fucking Afghanistan. You feel which way you're going.
I agree.
Now, the gene pool in which that town fire department is pulling from, I mean, what the fuck? That tire's not that. You're sitting on top of the tire. It's not that far behind you.
But also gene pool.
Yeah. Real dumb. Jesus. But yeah, they just have been happening to be looking for a new firehouse, huh?
Yep. Insurance requires a responder to be seen at the ER, and he is there now with the fire chief. I'm sure they test them for impairment as well. Fucking Lebanon, Maine, afternoon. Guarantee you he's fucking...
I'm surprised they can field a fire department without fucking...
It's... I'll give you one clue. One of my wife's family members was on that fire department.
Was or is?
Was.
Huh. Dude, Elon Musk is a fucking alien.
Yes, I agree.
Like, we've just put people into space further than over 50 years ago. Like, it's been 50 years since people have been this far into space.
Right?
Right now.
That's why the moon landing never happened.
Well, no, they're saying since the moon landing.
All right, further... So somebody else posted a picture. I think one of the compartment doors was open on the truck.
Oh. So maybe not the...
Not the tire.
Not the tire.
That's all I got for tonight.
So, you know what? It's a real good time if you're an NFL fan and your team is playing in the state of North Carolina. Real good time to fly down, watch a game.
Cheap tickets?
I believe anywhere in the country you could probably fly first class and still pay less to see your favorite team take on the Carolina Panthers.
Really?
2 tickets for $1.80 is what they were selling.
No shit. I should tell my brother-in-law. All right, do the Pats play the Panthers this year?
I don't know. Hey, Patriots beat the Bengals. I'm not even...
Right?
They
beat Eminem.
Go football. Like... I don't know. It's going to take a lot for me to get into... The Patriots do... Who am I looking for here?
Carolina Panthers.
But Panthers. I don't think so. No, they do not. But yeah, there was where was I? I was just on Twitter. There's a post that the Panthers put up a 9/11. Oh,
yeah.
Not happy 9/11, but never forget.
Happy 9/11, everybody.
Happy 9/11.
Jesus. We're talking about the Porsche.
So the comment section of the Panthers 9/11 remembrance post.
Oh, man.
Top comment, or the second comment, sir, a second Saints wide receiver has hit the end zone. This team makes me wish I was on those planes. Jesus Christ.
Have you seen the video, the reel going around of the little girl that goes up to her dad at the recliner and hands him a fake phone, and he takes it, and then he pulls the phone out and goes, "They hit the second tower." I was like, what the fuck? Sorry, this is a horrible day to be making those jokes.
Saddam Hussein would be a better defensive coordinator.
Jesus.
Our situation is worse than theirs. I'll never forget Bryce Young's first play of this season either. Oh, God. The internet is really undefeated.
Oh, man,
there are so many
fucking
funny
wild.
people in the world.
So, like, those...
You are on a fucking kick of fucking syndrome fucking reels.
Oh, dude, those fucking things... Like, the comments, like, those are my favorite.
Yeah.
Like, they got country ones, and, like, I mean...
The mean comment Instagram reels are maybe my new guilty pleasure.
It's fucking hilarious. It's so dark, but it is fucking hilarious.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, like, but that's the point of, like, comedy. Like, that is something to laugh at. There's a couple, like...
The Shaloma zone. Oh, my God.
Got an extra Saloma zone?
Oh, man. We're canceled.
Whatever. It's worth it.
Oh, it's fucking great. Or like the have you seen the one with the big, like, giant fat dudes that are in the band? And it's like all the different band names, but like it's 21. I'll have to find it, but it's just like system of a. There's a shitload of them. I'll think of one.
Yeah.
It's like. But yeah.
Oh, I have it right here. I just found it. I found the video you're talking about. I gotta wait for the comments to start coming up. Motley Chew. Avenged Sevenfolds. Five Finger Death Lunch. Lincoln Pork.
Yeah.
Panera instead of Pantera. Allison Gaines. Rage Against the Vending Machine. System of a Pound. Yeah. That's where you're going.
Oh my
Picnic
God.
at the Disco. The Diabeatles.
The Diabeatles. That one fucking broke me.
Girth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, fuck.
Limp Brisket. Hamstein.
Oh, fuck.
Microwavable Romance.
Jesus Christ.
The Heftones. Oh my god. Buffett for my Valentine. Yeah, if you need a good
there's
pick
so
me
many
up,
of them.
if you need a good pick me up, go find just mean comment YouTube videos. They're so good. Oh, I love them.
Yeah, they're the best. I think one of my favorite ones that you sent me recently was my wife will be like, I miss you. And then when I get home, she's mean to me the whole time. What did you miss? Bullying me? Yeah. All right. I have to pee.
That was a good ending.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
If we still have a podcast.
Yeah. Good chance somebody will listen to it and we'll finally get canceled. But
Hasn't happened yet. We're like fucking, 5 years into this thing?
yeah, right. So, we'll talk to you soon.